So hello friends, how are you? Welcome back to another video. So guys, my name is Azmi Sheikh and my ID name is Bar that you all know. Yes, so let's start. Now guys, today's topic is plant life. You know, plants are very important for our environment. Okay, from creeping mosses to majestic trees, there are plants growing all around us. They create most of the food that support animal life on land. They also produce most of the oxygen that is in the air we breathe. Plants are multi-celled living things that mostly grow on land or in fresh water. Nearly all plants use the energy of sunlight to turn water and carbon dioxide into oxygen and sugar. A process called photosynthesis. They use the sugar to make the complex materials that form their roots, stems, and leaves. The most primitive type of plant can only grow close to the ground in damp places, but others grow tall and broad, covering the land with green vegetation that provides living space and vital food for animals. That is why people say don't cut trees, save trees, save water. Now vital water. All plants need water. Most plants soak it up from the ground, then they draw it up through their stems and use it to make sugar. Water pressure inside a soft stemmed plant holds it up, so if it turns out of water, the plant wilts and collapses. But many plants have strong woody stems that do not wilt, and their strength allows the biggest trees to spread their leaves high above ground level. Okay. Not types of plant. Sorry. There are two main groups of plants. Non-vascular plants such as mosses, where the first plants to evolve. Unlike vascular plants, they do not have internal vein systems that allow the water and sap to flow all around the plant. In a plant kingdom, there are two types of plant: non-vascular, vascular. Now, non-vascular, we said moss. The first non-vascular plant, moss. This is the moss. For example, there are absorbent leaves, and there are roots like fiber. Now mosses absorb water directly into their leaves. So mosses live in wet places where they do not dry out. They cling to rocks and trees. Its root like fibers forming cushions that soak up water like sponges. Now vascular tree. Tree is the first vascular plant. Water is pumped up through trunk. That is why when we take water and we water the tree, then the water is vanished because water is pumped up through trunk. Okay. Most plants absorb water through their roots, which are connected the rest of the plant by a network of veins called vascular system. This allows trees to grow high above the damp ground. Now flowering plants. Primitive plants such as mosses and ferns do not have flowers or seeds. These non-flowering plants are now far outnumbered by flowers plants which evolved during the dinosaur era around 200 million years ago. Flower produce pollen which is carried to other flowers of the same species, fertilizing them so they form seeds. Wind pollination. Now, some flowering plants such as grasses and many trees produce a lot of pollen that blows away on the wind. Some of it may land on plants of the same species and pollinate, fertilize their flowers. These plants have small plain flowers. This topic is so big, plant life, so I am dividing part 1 part 2 because part 1 is also very big and part 2 is very big. Okay. Now look, this is a flower. No, this is a plant like this, heart-shaped plant, but like this. And in the middle there are 3 leaves type, but there are no leaves. They are standing like this. They are called anther. And in middle of that there is an feather type, but it's not in feather. It's a stigma. And inside that you can see a cotton type, but it's not cotton, it's filament. And downwards plain flower. A grass flower has a simple structure and no bright color or scent. Now look. Yes guys, one more thing. That upside you can see some beans popping up. But that is not any fly or insect. That is pollen. The tiny pollen grains, its grains, contain the male cells that fertilize the female cells of nearby plants. Now look, this is the flower. And this nectar in the middle of the flower petals there is some like a round that is called stigma. Okay. When pollen lands on the stigma, the male cells on the pollen grain fertilize the flower. In that there are 4 anther, like in last. Before that I have tell that anther. So that is in this flower also. Anther. Okay guys. Now bee is also there. Lured by color, scent and the promise of sweet nectar, a bee picks up some of the pollen. Now downside the small flower there are some leaves, 2 small leaves. They are called sepals. Tough green sepals protect the flower buds, splitting apart when the flower opens up. Now guys, this is stem of a flower. In the middle of the stem there is something like hole that is called ovary. This contains egg cells of ovules which turn into seeds when they are fertilized by the pollen. Now animal pollination. Many plants have colorful, often fragrant flowers that contain sugary nectar. The nectar attracts hungry animals such as hummingbirds, bats or insects. As they drink the nectar, the animals get dusted with pollen, which they then carry directly to other flowers as they search for more nectar. So here our topic ends over here. So guys, like my channel, subscribe and press the bell icon. And one more thing guys, now 15th August is coming, so guys, you should proud of our Indian flag. We should not keep that in dirty place, or we should not tear it, we should not throw it. Okay, so Jai Hind, Jai Maharashtra. Like my channel, subscribe and press the bell icon. Comment me what is your question or doubt, so that base I can make my vlog. So bye guys.